I'm so glad you can join me for such an important thing like Trump news. Welcome. Welcome. This week, we have so many big stories, so many important things. First important thing, this was a big thing. You probably heard about this. I'm sure everyone heard about it. President Jing King Kong met with me, and he got me a delicious cake to commemorate my first bomb that I launched. It was so beautiful. It was so well done. I was so honored. He got me a very delicious chocolate cake with bomb drawings on it and all kinds of beautiful things to commemorate and symbolize. You know, the Chinese, they love their symbols. That's how they talk. They use symbols, the characters. To commemorate that momentous occasion when we bombed the hell out of the Middle East, it said, "Congratulations on breaking your first cherry bomb." And I thought that was so clever. It was a great play on words, you know, cherry bombs. Because it was my first bomb that I launched, and it was so beautiful. It was so big and bright. And I'm talking about the cake. I'm not even talking about the bomb. What he did was, I thought Jing King was really smart in this. He put the little, the poppers, you know, the little sparkly, they pop in your mouth when you put them in your mouth. That was in to replicate the bomb explosion. So when I ate the cake, there's actually little pop rocks going off in my mouth. It was so fun, and we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun eating that cake. We sat at my beautiful resort, and we dined like kings. It was so wonderful. And it was a big day for me. I felt like it was my birthday. It was so fun. We fired incredibly beautiful American weapons. It was like, oh, America, we finally grew a pair again. We're ready to fight again. And I saw those tomahawks go. They took off, and it was wonderful, really. It was like watching little white angels fly in the sky. It was so beautiful. So I launched those missiles at Iraq, and then they wound up hitting Syria. I think it was Syria. I said somewhere in the desert, shoot them, you know, wherever there's conflict. That's what I told my guys. Folks, I'm keeping this country safe. I'm keeping the world safe. And I did it in one fell stroke. I did it in one fell swoop. It was so easy. So easy. Why couldn't Barack do this? Why couldn't he do this? It was so simple. Hit the button, launch the missiles. Game over. It was beautiful. We dropped so many wonderful bombs, but the biggest one, the biggest, most beautiful, voluptuous bomb that we dropped was the Moab, the mother of all bombs. It was like a beautiful, fertile, it was like a fertility goddess of bombs and destruction and death, and we really cleansed that land. We did a great job dropping that one. It was like a piñata, really. It was like a piñata of hope. We dropped so much hope. Melania was sitting next to me. She said, honey, why do you make, it was adorable as she said, why do you make fireworks? I said, Daddy's got to protect the world. I've got to make America and the world so safe. And Ivanka, actually, she was the one. I didn't see this coming. I was so surprised. She was the one who convinced me, Dad, you gotta drop the bomb. Use the big guns. I said, honey, I don't think that's a good idea. She said, watch. The people will love you. You have citizens who will throw their hands up in the sky and praise you. They'll worship you. I said, I like the idea of being a god. I think it's a good idea. I like it. So I did it. They prayed. There were thousands of Afghanis. They prayed. They got on their knees. They pulled out their little Aladdin carpets and they prayed. It was so beautiful. It was so nice. United Airlines, it was so, you know, I don't even like them. They have nice seats, I guess. But, you know, it was so sad because when they tell their passengers to get off, they're so stubborn. They have these lower class entitled people, the millennials and all these people. When we tell our passengers on Trump Airlines to get off the plane, they say thank you. They're happy to get off because they know their seat is going to a better, greater, more important person, a better cause. You know, it's like sacrificing yourself for a higher power. It's a great thing. We have loyal, incredible customers. And why are you letting China on your plane? Speaking of getting bumped down and bumped off and, you know, go just like, you know, ping pong. Steve Bannon, he's been on my radar for a little while. Steve Bannon, he didn't play nice. Didn't play nice with my son-in-law, Jared Kushner. I didn't like that. I want my boys to play nice. I want them to be behaved. I want them to be respectful. So important. They have to get along. So I put him in timeout. I put Steve in timeout. Jared, by the way, what a great guy. So good. He's so good with the numbers. Folks, nobody knows money better than the Jews. They're like the little goblins from Harry Potter and the banks. They know everything. They have all the money. They do. It's great. It's so good. And so when my son-in-law, Jared, he cried. He's like, Daddy, Steve didn't say good things. I said, what did he do? He said, he's not being nice. He won't play nice. I said, don't worry. I'll take care of him. And so I had to bump him down a notch. You know, the media makes him out to be this nice, big, brave guy, but he's a bully. He bullied my son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Folks, only I have the power. I'm like He-Man, all right? I have the power. I grabbed the sword by the power of Grayskull. I have the power. I have everything, okay? Steve Bannon, he's my court jester. He does what I tell him to do. Why would you think that he has power? He doesn't have anything. Steve Bannon, not looking so good. His face looks like a pepperoni pizza pie that was overcooked and left out in the sun for a few days. And now he's getting all disheveled. But I like him. He's a good guy. And lastly, I want to do a little segment. I'm very excited about this. It's something called Remember What I Said? Remember what I said? And what I'm going to say is what I'm saying now. So I said something before, but now I'm changing my mind. And it makes sense and it's better this way, quite frankly. So, first of all, I want to start with this tweet. Remember when I said it's not good to invade Syria? I said that. Well, looking at the circumstances now, seeing how tense everything is, it's so dangerous, I thought, we cannot live in this kind of hostility. So I said, okay, let's bomb the hell out of them. Let's go in there, let's invade, get some troops on the ground, let's really send a message. And now, I solved the Syrian crisis. I did it like it was nothing. Remember when I said that we shouldn't bomb Syria? Well, things changed. It was dark times, it was dangerous, it was scary. I don't want to live in fear. So I said, why don't we just bomb the hell out of Syria and take care of it? You know, I didn't even think of this idea myself. I asked Bannon. A child came up with this idea. That's how simple it was. It was so simple. It's so simple. A child came up with this idea. You know, God created Earth in 6 days and he rested on the seventh. President Trump bombed Syria and solved the Syrian crisis in 10 minutes. And he rested on the 15th minute. I mean, come on, folks. It's not difficult here. Remember when I said we shouldn't bomb Afghanistan? I said we shouldn't do it. I said it would lead to bad things. Well, I did it, and look at that. Case closed, problem solved, game over. If everyone's dead, then there's no more problems. So, you're welcome. Remember when I said that Obama was wrong and he was terrible? It was just such a shameful thing for him to be playing golf while bombs are flying and people are getting blown up left and right and the world's going to hell? Well, I decided this is a pretty stressful job. Nobody said how difficult this job would be. So I decided I need a personal break. I need to decompress. I need to get my thoughts out. So I went to a beautiful Trump resort in Mar-a-Lago. Folks, we offer the greatest things at Trump. We have fantastic amenities. We have vistas, we have villas, we have infinity pools. We have so many wonderful, beautiful things. Acres like you've never seen. Acres of beautiful land. We have rhinos, we have giraffes. If I could, we'd have dinosaurs. Okay, we have so many things. And I gotta tell you, when I walked out of that resort, when I walked out of Mar-a-Lago, I felt so, and I'm serious, I felt so revitalized and refreshed, and I felt like I could make solid, good decisions. I make very good decisions. I have a good brain, okay? But sometimes you gotta recharge the brain. You gotta plug it in like your iPhone. You gotta charge the juices. So Mar-a-Lago. That's my outlet. I go there, I recharge, I refresh, I rejuvenate, and then I reboot, and I kick butt. And that's it for this segment of Remember When I Said. Thank you so much for joining us with Trump News, the weekly Trump News update. And I will see you when I see you. President Trump, over and out. Something very important happened to me recently. It was a great honor. I met with the Prime Minister, Xi Jinping, King Kong, and he got me...
I should laugh. It makes me laugh. Every time I try to do that again. Okay.
Something very honorable and great happened to me recently. I was so humbled by it. President Xi Jinping, King Kong...
Okay.
You know, God, it took God 6 days to make the earth, and he... Sorry. Remember when I said... President Xi... All right, I got this. Focus.